Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're going to be talking about the China Glaze Fall 2016 collection, and it's called the Rebel collection, and these are their 12 new polishes for fall. So if you're thinking to yourself, why are we looking at fall polishes already? Well, a lot of the companies do put out their collections mid to end summer, and believe it or not, you're going to see the OPI Washington DC collection for fall pop up on my channel very soon as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do some pictures here, slide of the pictures of the polishes in this collection for you while I talk about them real quick. So there are 12 new shades, and all the names are very cute, 90s referential, which is really fun for me because I am a 90s kid. 80s baby, 90s kid. And so names are all really cute, of course. We've got creams, of course. We've got luster polishes. We've got some pearlescent finishes. We've got some shimmers. What we don't have is anything that's like a micro glitter. So if you aren't a fan of those don't make any appearance in this collection, but lots of gorgeous shimmer and great creams in mostly all dark shades, but there is a little bit of lighter stuff in here as well. So I think really something that's going to appeal to everybody. I am going to be giving you live application. We'll do at least 2 coats of everything, sometimes 3. And if you are new here to my channel, live application is just my way of really showing you how these apply in the moment so that you don't have any guesswork and you just don't have to listen to me tell you this is great or see my blog post about it and see the picture look great. You actually get to see me apply it, so you actually will know how this is going to go on for you. And for one polish, especially in particular in this collection, I think that's really important, and you will see when we get there. So let's go ahead and crack these babies open and let's talk about these polishes. So first we're going to look at the red. China Glaze very often puts a red in their collection. This time they mix it up a little bit by giving us a red cream with some strong pink iridescent shimmer in there. This is really, really pretty. It's called Y'all Ready for This? All these names are really hard for me to not like sing along to them or something, because they all, they're either song hooks or they're just really fun like that. So anyway, this one is beautiful, gorgeous application. The formula is so, so nice. I'm going to show you 2 coats of this. Like I said, you could probably just get away with 1. The thing to note about this one is, though, I think it does dry a little bit flat. It was not ultra glossy, so I'm going to be putting a top coat on top of everything here today. But just so that you know, this one I think for sure needs a top coat to really help that shimmer come out. Next up we have the pink, and I was pretty surprised to see a color like this in their fall collection. This is called Fresh Princess, like Fresh Prince. Really, really cute. I loved this. This isn't an outstandingly unique color or anything. It did have a decent formula though for a very light pink. It's good at 2 coats. You could maybe argue that this needs a 3rd, but I think it's wearable at 2, as I'm showing you here. On the first coat it was definitely pretty streaky, but it evened out pretty well at 2, so nothing disappointing, but nothing like ultra new. This next polish we're going to look at is this gorgeous taupe that leans slightly gray, and it's called Dope Taupe, which is a great name for this. It has a wonderful formula. Again, almost a 1 coater here. I'm going to show you 2, but this just goes on so nicely. Really reminiscent of some already great China Glaze polishes in this sort of range. They do really great with cream polishes. I feel like they've got their formula down really, really well, especially for neutrals. I adore this. It's not super unique, but I really love this polish, and the formula is amazing. So if you don't already have something exactly like this, I definitely recommend it. Alright, so this next polish up is probably one of the most interesting looking in the collection, and it is one of 2 transformative polishes in this collection. So this is called Holo at Ya Girl with an exclamation point. The first word in this polish is holo, like holographic polishes. Well, I don't think that this is actually holographic. I think that that's a little bit of a clickbait, but it is really cool nonetheless. So I'm showing it to you 3 coats on its own right now. It has a mostly clear base, and this is gorgeous on its own because it has tons and tons of bright gold shimmer in the base, and then it has some very micro turquoise glitters in there, but they're very small so that I don't really feel like this is a micro glitter polish. And then what's in that base, the iridescence does flash between like gold to like a pinky purple. Okay, now when this polish is really cool, it looks nice on its own, but if you put this over a black polish or another very dark polish, this really, really shines. And that's what I mean by transformative. When you wear this on its own, it's really cool, but when you give it that great stark base to work off of, you really get to see just all the really interesting essence that this polish has in it. This looks absolutely gorgeous in the bottle, and the way that you see that the best is, I think, when you put it over a dark base. So definitely recommend this. If you're the type of person that really doesn't like to wear things over black base, I think this is still a very viable polish all on its own, but I like it the best over black. Next up, we're going to talk about the polish called Pearl Jammin, and this is the pearlescent polish that I was speaking of earlier. This is like a light gray blue, like a very, very little bit of blue, mostly all gray base, but it has this cool gold, it's like a gold to peach shimmer going through it, like a pearlescent luster shimmer going through it, where it's so, so fine. It's not like even the shimmer in the Holo Girl where you could see that just a little bit. It's just very, very fine. On 2 coats, when you kind of look at this, it's a very light polish, so you could look at this on 2 coats and think you want to go a third, but I think it's definitely wearable on its own at 2, because the look of it is supposed to be kind of like, you know, like a seashell, like an abalone shell kind of look. So I really liked it at 2 coats. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. All right, another cream from the collection, we have the Teal, and this is called Jagged Little Teal. And this is divine. It's a great, pretty much 1 coater. I'm going to show you 2. I did not have staining issues with this polish. You may find that to be irrelevant because we all stain in different ways. I just still like to tell you if that does happen to me. Yeah, really like this. Again, it's not incredibly unique, but it is a great standard to have in your collection if you don't already have something exactly like this. I really enjoyed it. Alright, next up we have this pretty, it's like a dark lustery royal blue. Now I think this is the kind of weirdo out of the collection, and let me tell you why. You'll see as we start swatching here. This one's called Combat Blue Tease. So Combat Blutes is what it's supposed to be like, but it's the word blue, like this color, and then TS, so Blutes. This is really, really pretty, but as soon as I let the brush touch my nail, I was like, okay, well, this is weird polish. It's because this dries ultra fast. So you can basically, you have to do the 3-stroke method on this, or else you have major, major ridges. So basically you can do like up the 2 sides of your nails and then up the middle if you want to finish it off, or, you know, opposite, go middle and 2 sides, whatever you want to do. Basically, you have to get this on your nail fast. You have to apply it well, or you're going to be in trouble. In fact, what you're seeing here is my second try at it, because the first one I thought, oh, this is not going well, this must be me. So you're actually looking at my second go of it, and that's the best I could do at my second try, and this is a person who swatches nail polish all day long. So this is pretty. I actually don't recommend this though. It's super opaque at 1 coat. You don't even need the second coat that I'm showing you, but I don't like that it had that really harsh ridge on it for me, even when, you know, I was applying, like I said, I'm used to applying nail polish all the time. This is really pretty. It dries ultra, ultra matte, so you need a top coat. I'm showing you here a picture of it matte and then with top coat, just so that you can see the difference. But yeah, I just feel like the formula on this was too tricky for the beautiful color. This does look like it's lustery in the bottle, but you don't see that unless you put a top coat on it, so that's kind of pointless that it's matte. I don't know. I just felt like this was a ill-conceived polish. Alright, next up we have another polish that I have here on my pointer finger. This is a really deep, inky, like oceanic blue with tons of fleckies, like turquoise to green to gold flecks in it. This is so deep and beautiful. When I was applying this, I just was gasping. It was so stunning. Blueya, that's the name, like Blueya. Anyway, with an exclamation point, like when people say booyah, like that, that's what they're going for. Anyway, so this is just absolutely gorgeous. This looks the best with a top coat because it does not dry ultra, ultra glossy on its own. but this is really stunning. I enjoy this a lot. All right, let's talk about some purpley polishes. First up, we have this Lustre Plum. So this one's called Purple Fiction, like Pulp Fiction. So cute. Again, these names are really cute. There's only one name in here that I didn't really care for. Anyway, this is beautiful, not ultra unique. In fact, even though this is a purple, this is probably one of my less favorite polishes in the group. It didn't apply badly. It actually applies rather nicely in 2 coats. It just wasn't anything super special about this that made me feel like I want to wear it all the time. In the bottle, I'm looking at this and thinking, oh, that is really, really, really gorgeous. But I think I probably have quite a few things just like this. And yeah, for some reason, this one just didn't stand out to me. But it is a nice formula. All right, let's go even deeper. We have a deep, sexy purple, kind of similar to the deep, deep blue in this collection. This one's called Teen Spirit. Because this is similar because it's like a very deep inky purple, and then it has awesome shimmer in there that kind of goes between like a pink to a gold depending on how you look at it. But when you swatch it, it's just really nice and dark and deep and sexy and sparkling when you have that glossy top coat on it. I thought this was gorgeous. I love polishes like this where they just look so deep, like you could be wearing a black polish, but they're just so much more interesting. I love polishes like this. All right, next up we're going to talk about the second transforming polish in this collection. It is called Don't Mesh With Me, and this one I'm actually wearing on my pinky finger on its own, and that's how I tried it first, just like the other transforming polish in this collection. It's beautiful, 3 coats. You can totally wear this on its own, but again, how it really stands out and I think looks rather amazing is over black. So this looks really cool in the bottle. Again, it's like a very sheer base. The most part of the base is like this very light purple, but the purple flashes between purple and gold and sometimes a little bit green in there. But then once you see it over black, I just feel like that's the only way I'd ever want to wear it. This is so, so pretty, stunning in fact, and I do not mind putting down a black base coat for these kind of transforming polishes because unlike having to put down a white base coat for a neon or something, when you have a good black, it's always going to be a 1-coater. My favorite is from Pretty Serious. It's the polish called Absence. A 1-coat black I don't feel like is a hassle, especially when you're just going to do like 1 coat of your transforming polish. Not only does it save your special transforming polish, but because it's a 1-coater black, it's not streaky or anything. I just feel like it's so much less hassle than that whole white base under a neon. Anyway, that's a whole different story. I really did adore this one. I think it's rather pretty. There are things like this on the market, transforming topper polishes, even from things like Pure Ice you can find at Walgreens, at Walmart, but I did like that China Glaze put some in their collection. So for me, I think that they're fun, and definitely from a collector's standpoint, I think very nice to own. Alright, we have found ourselves at the last polish in the collection, and this is actually the one that I don't really care for the name, but we won't go into it. It's called Heroin Chic. Let's talk about the color of the polish. So this is a really cool grungy brown that has really interesting kind of lava red shimmer in there that looks like it's going between it's red, but sometimes it looks like it's catching the light and it's a little bit golden. This feels like it could have gone in the Capital Colors collection, like Katniss Everdeen might have worn this. It's really, really pretty. Definitely interesting and unique. You know I love a gray polish. This is kind of like a dirty gray, like a grayish brown. This is great with 2 coats, and I feel like the reddish gold flecks in there just makes this extra special. The flecks don't stand out outrageously bright. Definitely put a top coat on this one if you want them to stand out a little bit better, but it's just like a little bit of something on there so that if you looked close you could see that the flecks in there are actually pretty cool. So yeah, I like this one, all except for the name. Alright, and that wraps up our live application portion of this video. I hope that you found that helpful in knowing how these are going to perform before you apply them. I'm so glad you chose to spend some of your day with me today. I will see you back for my next review. Until then, take care guys. Bye! Because it's salmon, so this one's called Malibu, and this one has just a great formula just like the other ones. It looks pink on the nail, but warm. It's giving you that something extra. Such a great neon shade. I'm so glad that they included this in here. It's a great 2-coater. You're gonna love it.